What?
Hi guys. I had something very exciting happen over the weekend and I just have to share it with y'all. I just want to talk about it and I just want to share this experience because I'm still not over it. If you read the title, you know, you're here. I met the one, the only Ian Somerhalder, aka Damon Salvatore. Y'all, The Vampire Diaries has been my favorite show. I don't even, like 8 or 9 years, like since 2012, I think I've been watching it. I was Team Damon from Hello Brother.
Damon. Hello, brother.
I rewatched the show now probably 8 or 9 times. I always go back to it like every 6 months. I just get another Vampire Diaries kicking me. Like there is no better show on TV, especially seasons like 1 through 4. I have rewatched those seasons an embarrassing amount of times. Like it is just the best cast, the best writing. Every freaking show ends on a cliffhanger, plot twist. It's just crazy. I love it so much. And again, Damon was always just like from the beginning. I love Damon. I have for so long like wanted to go to a convention. Like there's been so many conventions that like the Vampire Diaries cast have gone to. Like there are literally entire conventions dedicated to the Vampire Diaries. I always wanted to do it. I always wanted to meet him, but this crazy just random moment arose. If you guys follow the cast of Vampire Diaries closely, then you would know that Ian and Paul, who play Damon and Stefan, have been creating a bourbon brand. Bourbon is a huge part of the Vampire Diaries show. Literally, I don't think there's like a single scene where someone doesn't have a glass of bourbon in their hand. It's just a thing. I am a huge fan of bourbon and I'm a huge fan of the show. So when Ian and Paul said that they were gonna come out with this bourbon brand called Brothers Bond, like it was just so perfect. It was so cute. I've been following it from the beginning and they've been literally, I wanna say going on like 2 or 3 years now, they've been developing this and finally it started to come out. At first it wasn't available in Texas and I was like, I need my hands on this. Finally, it started to become available in the last like week and I'm like, I gotta go track down this bourbon. And I just happened to see like Ian and Paul had been traveling around, like stopping at places, and they were in Austin early last week. And I live in Houston, Texas, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. They were in Austin, like so jealous. Like they were at a liquor store for hours. Like so many people met them. I was like, that is so freaking cool. And the next day, or 2 days later, I think, it was Friday, I was at work and I just happened to see Ian's story and it's a picture of him at Buc-ee's. And like, Buc-ee's is a Texas thing and it's iconic and I was like, wait, what? And I had to process for a moment. I was like, he's still in Texas, and then I read the description or the little like caption he put on his story and he was like, had to stop at Buc-ee's, see you soon, H-Town. And at first, right then I was like, wait, excuse me, like what is going on? And then I looked again and I saw he had tagged a Specs location in Houston. And I literally like dropped my phone and I was like, I looked at my boss, I'm like, I gotta go. Luckily I work at an amazing company, they're super chill. She's like, girl, you got it, go ahead and go. So I literally like ran home, changed real quick, and I was like, I gotta go to the Specs, I gotta figure this out. And I rolled into the Specs parking lot and I again like looked at the story and I was able to tell like which Buc-ee's it was at because there's only like so many big ones. I'm sounding like a stalker right now, but everyone that was there was doing the same thing and I was like, okay, he's probably like an hour out still. So I immediately like went in the Specs and I looked around and I'm like, okay, like there's a bunch of aisles and stuff. I'm like, I don't see an obvious place that this is happening. I didn't see any other people at first that like seemed like they were there for that. So I went back out to the parking lot and I was like, okay, for sure he's still like an hour out. So I sat in the parking lot for like an hour. And then finally this like girl pulled in next to me and she was sitting there for like probably 15 minutes and I started to get antsy. I'm like, okay, it's about the hour mark. Like I feel like he should be getting here. So I start to get out of the car and this girl rolls down her window and she's like, hey, are you here for Ian by any chance? And I'm like, yes, I am. And she's like, I have a couple of Harry Styles like air fresheners in my car. She's like, yeah, you know, I saw your Harry Styles air freshener and I had a feeling that's what you had to be here for. And I was just like, why are we all the same? Like literally all Like, we need to get our own personalities, I swear. But I loved it, and so we ended up having a whole conversation about Harry, Vampire Diaries, all that, and we like walked in together, and I ended up like seeing another girl that like I know through like Twitter and social media and like YouTube, and a couple of people started to slowly gather, like maybe like 5, 6, 7, not that many, and we were trying to figure out like where is this, like where is he, what's going on. And this super nice employee ended up talking to the girl that I met in the parking lot and telling us like, he's upstairs right now, go wait in this aisle, because when he comes down the stairs, like that's the aisle he'll come out on. And I'm like, oh my God, starting to kind of get like, I really haven't met any celebrities before. I've met like a bunch of YouTubers, which I guess are kind of celebrities, but like this was just different, and I was so like nervous. Like I knew it was gonna be fine. Like I know he's just a normal human. I am never a person, like I fangirl for sure, obviously, like this entire channel is me fangirling, but like when I have been around people, like when I've been at concerts super up close to people, I'm very much a person, like I kind of freeze. Like I just like mentally want to take it in, and I'm just like in awe that I'm in front of this person. Like I'm not a person that like if I saw a celebrity, I wouldn't start screaming. Like I physically couldn't do that. I would just be like, hi, like I just totally kind of like shut down, but I feel like it's great because you get to like take that mental picture. And anyways, I was so nervous. I didn't know what to say to him. Like I figured he was gonna be super nice, and like I was just like, what am I gonna, like, you know, it's just cringy. It's like, how do you be like, hi, I've watched your show like 10 times over, like you brought me so much happiness. Like I know that I could easily say that, but I'm also like, I'm sure everyone said that to him. Just me, like typical me, overthinking everything. But anyways, sitting there, starting to kind of panic, like time seemed to go by, and then maybe at this point, maybe like 15 people are there. Maybe like 20 max. Like it's not that many people, and this is like a huge Specs. It's like the main flagship Specs in downtown Houston, and we're like all kind of very neatly lined up on either side of an aisle, and we're not blocking traffic at all. Like people are walking around us, like this isn't any sort of thing. But an employee from Specs like ends up walking through, like it's just one of the things, you're getting so many like mixed stories, like everyone's saying different things. But that employee that we talked to, for sure, like she was this very nice older woman, and she was like, he's upstairs, like he's gonna come, like she was so sure, like she told us that. But a lot of like the Specs employees were kind of standing around, they were being a little suspicious, and a couple of other ones were like telling us like, oh, he's gone. No, like he left an hour ago. And I'm just like, what? And this one employee in particular like came through, and they were so freaking rude. They were like, I don't know what y'all are doing, but if you're here for like a signing, he's gone. He was here this morning and he left, so you're not, like, this isn't happening. And I was just like, this morning, like literally we're all like, we follow him on Instagram, and like he was in Austin this morning, and he literally posted 2 hours ago that he was on the way here, and he was 2 hours away. Why would he have posted that if he didn't like want to meet people? And it just didn't make sense. And so someone was like, are you sure? And they're like, I'm 100% positive. I've been here since 8 a.m. He's gone. And a few people left at that point, but I was just like, no, I'm not leaving. Like I had to go to Dallas that night for a One Direction club night, which was amazing, but I just was like, no, I'm literally gonna wait until the last possible second to leave, because like, you know, once in a lifetime chance. I didn't believe it. And then, you know, like 10 more minutes went by, and then this manager, this big large man, this large older man come up, and I literally felt like I was in high school again. He's like, so what are we doing here, ladies? Literally looks right at me. I guess like I'm a tall girl. I was the tallest girl there. I feel like maybe I look like I have some authority, or like I was gonna speak for the group. I was in the front of the line because I was the first person there, but I was like, you know, just waiting. And he's like, oh, waiting for what? And this girl was like, we're just chilling. And he's like, well, if y'all are chilling and waiting for a signing, I hate to tell you, he already left. He left about an hour ago. He's not here, so it's not gonna happen. At this point, y'all are just blocking traffic, so if you could carry on, that'd be nice. And we just were like he was so rude. And he was like, and I forgot this, he's like, I am the manager of this location. I'm not lying, I'm not making it up. He's gone, so we need to get out of here. We need to clear out. Like he was so freaking rude. I'm just like, this is like, don't you want, we also all were holding like bottles of the bourbon, planning to buy it. I'm like, okay, but still, we waited, and this lady came up, and I think she was the owner of the store, but she's kind of like, oh yeah, like what's going on? Like, oh, is he here? Do we know? I think he already left. So anyways, they leave, and like a few more people leave. So there's probably like maybe like 13, 14 people now. And I'm like, I'm not leaving. And then finally that older lady that came up and was acting a little sus, she was like, okay guys, we were lying. He is here, which I was like, I knew it. Like what, which so rude. Again, there were not that many people there. And I'm like, these people obviously like love him. And he literally posted on his story that he was coming here and he wanted to meet people. Why would you like crush their dreams like that? Like if there was a crowd of like hundreds of people, I would understand if it was like causing a commotion, but it was not that at all. Anyways, this lady ended up being very nice and she was like, okay, he is here, he's upstairs, he's gonna come down. Like I do ask that you wear a mask, because he's wearing a mask, whatever, which he wasn't wearing a mask in Austin, and I was really like hoping selfishly to get a picture of him not in a mask, but whatever, he's wearing a mask, and I'm like, okay, totally understand. So I put a mask on, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It started to like happen, everything started to slow down, and then I see a very large, like bodyguard looking man, very tattooed, and I was like, oh my gosh, like he looked like he could beat me up. And I was like, okay, this has to be his bodyguard. He comes down the stairs, and then around the corner, and then I spot him. I make eye contact with Mr. Ian Somerhalder, and I was like, oh my gosh, again, just time kind of slowed down, and it's so weird. It's just so weird when you see someone that you've like watched on a screen for so long in person. It just doesn't feel real, and then you kind of have that moment where you're like, oh my god, like they're literally just a human. Like obviously you know that, but it's still just like, it's so weird. Anyways, he came up, he was so freaking nice, like overtly nice. Like I know everyone's like, oh my god, I met a celebrity, they were so cool. No, this man was literally so like thankful, so like he couldn't believe, it was like he couldn't believe that we were there to like support him and buy this bourbon. Like he thanked every single person. He took his sweet time to take a picture with everyone, talk with everyone. It was such a like chill environment. I was like one of the first people. I walked right up and I like, you know, said like, hi, whatever, like again, kind of at a loss for words. And he was so nice, like taking the phone from everybody and taking the picture for us because we were shaking. And I totally told him, I was like, I am shaking like a dork. And he was like, oh my god, no, you're fine. Like he's like, I get that way around Paul Wesley, so I understand. Which Paul wasn't there. Paul did have to fly home early, which was really sad, but Ian is like Team Damon again. So like, I'm not gonna complain. I will eventually meet Paul. I can feel it in my soul, but like, it was just funny. He's like, oh yeah, I shake around Paul Wesley, I understand. I was like, oh my god, making jokes, besties vibes, loves it, like love it. So yeah, like I ended up, after I was done, I figured like I'd have to leave, but honestly, no, it was just chill. Like we were kind of in the aisle of the store, so I just kind of stepped over to the side and he stood there for like 20 minutes and he just took pictures with everybody. He signed everybody's bottles, which here we have it. He literally just, I don't think you're gonna be able to see it, but he put like an XO up here with like a line and then signed it really big and put a smiley face. Like again, just like above and beyond, and like everything that he did in this little meet and greet situation. Like he thanked me specifically, he thanked me like 4 different times for buying the bourbon. I'm just like, dude, I wanted to buy it anyways. I love bourbon, I'm so excited to try it, and like it's yours, of course I'm gonna buy it and support you. But yeah, he was just so kind. I literally had enough time to like, I FaceTimed my best friend, my sister, and like, it was so cool because I FaceTimed my best friend Leanne. Like she loves Vampire Diaries just as much as I do. Like we've watched it so many times over, and I had it on FaceTime and I was kind of showing her because he was literally standing right in front of me for 20 minutes. And I turned it back around to kind of have me in it, and I like turned a little to the side and he spotted it out of the corner of his eye and he was like, oh, who do we have here? I was like, oh, this is my best friend Leanne. And Leanne, again, she's just like me. She's not gonna like scream or anything, but she literally was like, and he was like, hey Leanne, how are you doing? And literally I saw the tears like just well in her eyes, and she's like, hi. Like it was so freaking cool. And he did that for so many people. Like he was so patient, and like he talked to people on FaceTime, like he like took videos for people. Just literally like the kindest person I could ever imagine like meeting, and it was so great. It was so nice. I'm gonna like now just insert all the pictures, all the clips that I got. I tried to take some, but again, I wanted to like be there in the moment, so didn't get too many, but I will insert now everything that I did get.
You're awesome. Thank you for the love, man. It's so yummy.
So yummy.
Thank you for everything, woman. Hi, lovely lady. You're awesome, man.
Hi.
Dude, thank you for buying this and supporting.
It's
so...
a video. You just press the button up there.
Oh, we're already rolling.
We're on video. Yeah, you just press it.
Is it taking pictures?
I think it is. Here.
Dude, you're so awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you for the love, man. You're the best. Love right back to you. I got you, girl. What's up, my friend? How are you? Much love to you, Nicole. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys. Remember to tell Specs thank you for having me.
Thank you. Tell Paul we love him.
I will. Love you guys. We love Specs and we love Brothers Bond.
But yes, guys, that is it. We stan Ian Somerhalder in this house. We stan Vampire Diaries. If you have not yet watched Vampire Diaries, I don't know what you're doing. Go watch it. It's a great show. It's been over for so many years and it's still a great show. I will never forget that day. I will never forget that moment. I ended up buying a second bottle that I could drink, and I have drink in it, and it's very good. But this bottle will never be touched because, I mean, come on. Like, it's just such an amazing moment. And I can't imagine like a better experience meeting a celebrity. Of course, like I still would like to go to some sort of convention and see him again, but seeing him in that sort of setting was just so like personal and cool. And it's so cool that he's done that and he's doing that in multiple locations. I think he'll probably continue to do it. So keep an eye on his story. He might be coming to your city soon. Yeah, I need to literally show y'all. This is not very professional, but I got our picture printed out and I put it in my room over here. Look at this. Besties vibes. So I can just see it every day because literally that's how much it means to me and I love it so much, and my cats are judging me. This video really took a turn, but yeah, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see y'all later. Bye.